Thank you guys once again. Uh, so my name is Saji Nair, representing Wisoft Solutions. So the topic of today's discussion is basically how to get back to business with effective social media strategies. I've made a slight difference. Rather than talking more about products and services, it's going to be more of an education session that will help our fellow members and anybody who's listening to it. So it's slightly different from the normal, 10 minutes presentation that normally we do. So the agenda would include definitely, a brief about Wisoft. Most of them know, but this is for, new members and visitors about today's session and an overview of the social media platforms that we are going to cover. Basically, it will cover, the Facebook, Instagram, and the LinkedIn strategies and some tools, that is very fast and quick that would help you to create, different types of content on social channels. So it's more of an, educative session that we're going to do today. So what is Wisoft Solutions? Yes, as I had mentioned earlier, I'd also mentioned in my 60 seconds presentation, we are a growth-driven social media agency. What we do, yes, we create content strategies across social channels to help clients grow their business. Our story, we started basically in the year 2010. So when we started as a mobile marketing and an SMS messaging services company back in 2010. We grew from there. We expanded our services to digital services, especially focusing on social media. We set up a company in India as well to do more of the back-end tasks and activities. And then in the year 2020, just before COVID, we also launched our office. We registered our company and set up our office in Orlando in Florida. So that is where we are now. Yes, we have huge ambitions. We hope that things go fine and we are able to expand our services to other markets as well. So about today's session, we have already spoken about COVID, the consequences, and why businesses should focus on digital. I mean, that phase is over now. It's time now to fast track, our activities and achieve results for our business. So this session is especially it's crafted for business owners to help them with quick to implement things, that would help them to get their social media in proper shape. So that's the main agenda of today's presentation. So our fellow members, please listen carefully. There are small tricks and techniques that you can do yourself. You don't even have to depend on a social agency like Wisoft, but you can do it yourself to help you grow your business. So the areas that we will be covering are on Facebook, Insta, and LinkedIn. I'll go through in detail in the coming slides. So strategies and tools that we can focus on Facebook. Very simple. This is the first thing that somebody who's owning a business should do on your Facebook page. How you can generate leads using autoresponders. Is there someone who has got a corporate page, your company page, and who has not done this? Are there anybody in our group who has not done that? If not, please do it. You'll be missing out on those leads who are in terms connecting with you on Facebook when you're not present. So you can set autoresponders. You can say hi to someone after they first message you, respond to common questions. You can basically customize those messages to provide quick answers to people who are asking for your products, your services, your contact information, etc. So how do we do this? It's very simple. Steps to follow. If you go to the Facebook section of Creator Studio, you can select your inbox and you can select automatic responses. After you select that option, you can click on the edit message button to basically customize that automated response. Very simple. And you can basically customize, when the timing, when you want to shoot that, auto message, whether it needs to be triggered immediately or at a specific time. You can also personalize your message. You can even include the person's name. The person would be, feel great when you responded with that particular person's name, when, they're connecting with you, when you're not present. You can also set your images, videos, and buttons. So you can really customize that auto respond message. And you can, get those leads, and then your team can basically then connect with them later. So if you're not responding to that, you've already lost, and that also gives a sense of wrong signal. So very effective and the most simplest way to track or to generate your leads. If you're not doing, please do it. Very simple. Another tool is how you generate leads, Facebook leads. So on Facebook, basically, you can run various types of campaigns. You can run brand awareness campaigns. You can run reach to generate traffic, app installs, various types of campaigns that can be done using a Facebook leads campaign tool. So here, what we are focusing is how to generate leads. That's where businesses want at this moment. Social media is good for actually building a brand. Getting numbers is far more crucial. And also, when you compare the leads, the cost per leads that are generated using social channels when compared to other online channels, is pretty economical. All you need to do is define the right audience and give an adequate budget. It's a pretty small budget, and use the right messaging. We plan to use this even for BNI, and we have been also using this effectively for our own, products, services, etc. So on the right side, you can see how it can be set. So there's something, once after you generate, Facebook leads, there's something called the Facebook Leads Center. Now, early days, it was just where you can just download, the leads that you have generated using an Excel sheet. So now it also acts as a CRM. You can manage all your leads within Facebook. You can track the status of each of the leads that you have generated. You can see on the screen, I just put a screenshot of how that it would look like. So here, once you have no, since there are no leads, once you have those leads, you can basically see all those leads. You can track, you can change the status of those leads. In short, it's saving your cost of a basic CRM, And in case if you don't have any Facebook leads, you can also upload your leads. I think we all have so much of contacts, with us that we would have generated through various channels, offline, etc. So if you want to communicate a message to those contacts which you have not touched base, or gone are those days of calling and stuff, you can basically upload those leads over here, and you can create an audience where you can reach out to them, to whom you have those contacts, as well as to lookalike people which are similar to them, which will help your businesses grow. That's a fantastic way, of generating leads, engaging with your existing customers as well. Another, the most important thing that we should always remember is employee advocacy to grow your presence. When we are running an organization, of course, we have staff who can help us also to grow our presence. Now, employee advocacy make consumers feel more connected to a brand. So it seems 72% of the people feel more connected to a brand whose employees share information on social media. So business owners, CEOs of companies, make sure that your employees share information about your products, your services, the activities that your company does, because it will help people more connected with your brand when your employees advocate about your services. And there's one more thing that's very important, is that consumers also feel more connected to brands whose CEO is active on social media. So which means the CEO needs to lead from the front, or the business owners needs to lead from the front. They need to be active themselves by sharing information on social media. And it seems 70% of the people feel more connected to a brand when CEO is active on social media. And these are information that we have grabbed on Sprout Social. Now, how do employee advocacy works? Start sharing yourself, take the lead, let your employees feel the importance of sharing company's content on social media channels. If your employees are not doing it, please make sure that this becomes a practice. And we at BNI are also practicing the same. And there are results to showcase. I think the best example is that, it's not put over here, was Vipin's, he had an exhibition last week for his property. And he himself has shared that how he has been able to achieve more than 1,200 views for his post on social media, just because the BNI members and the networks shared that information. And that's powerful without even spending a penny. That's great. Also make sure you reward the best performer, to make sure your employees take necessary action. We can do the same thing at BNI as well. We had discussed this, but I think somehow we have not implemented it. So these are things that we looked at Facebook. We can also look at what Instagram does and what we can do. Carousels over images. We have seen most of the people, they post static images, but what we feel that Instagram is a channel which demands you to create more and more content. And one thing that has proven to do better these days is the carousel format on Instagram. And I think if somebody has tried that, I don't think that anybody would deny this, that carousel format has done wonders than static images. be more creative with your messaging, and you can give a chance to your audience to interact with your content more. So the beauty about having carousels is that in case of people don't interact with your first in the first place, you have other slides or other creative there that will help your customers to interact and engage with your brand. So that's the reason why it basically helps. Carousel format really helps to increase engagement and follows. So here you can see a post that we have basically done. You can see this is a carousel post, with various slides. This is much better to increase engagement than using static creative. This is something that we have done for Wall Street Exchange, which is our client. Now comes hashtags. We all have seen that we all use hashtags when we do post content on social channels. Now, as you know, in Instagram you can have maximum 30 hashtags, but don't get overwhelmed with the hashtag limit. So don't make sure that once you do a post that you need to have 30 hashtags. That doesn't work. Sometimes it looks like you're spamming. The best way to do it is to just create 3 sets of hashtags. Now, what do you mean 3 sets? So there are different categories. Select a category of hashtags which has got over 1 million posts. So you need to select depending on the products or services.
Saji, you have 1 minute.
Oh, is it? Oh, then I need to speed up. Select different sets of hashtags, over 1 million, 100 posts, 10,000 posts, and miss your brand hashtags simply. So select the right hashtag that you need to use when you are, promoting your products and services. Don't fill with the number of hashtags. It's going to look spammy and it's going to backfire. Try to use industry keywords in your profile. You can use the services or the products that you are promoting on your Instagram name, on your Instagram bio. That helps you to be searched and reached. LinkedIn, it's fantastic. How to grow your LinkedIn follow base. It's not very easy, but one thing that we have found is if a company can use job postings, it can really increase the thing. It might sound odd, but but if you have a job opening, don't miss this opportunity to do it on using LinkedIn job posting. Social proof, it can increase the number of followers. It can help you get credibility and an initial push to a campaign on LinkedIn. We have seen that happening once we have done job postings on our company page. We have seen our follower base growing, and that will also help build that affinity towards your brand, and they know that it's real. Same, use hashtags. Use the right hashtag. It's one of the only platform that will give you huge organic reach. If you compare all the platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, LinkedIn is one platform that can give you huge organic reach. And one way is to engage with trending content. So, Rabi, I can just take a minute more.
Buddy, try to short it up as
fine. Yes, and this is the last slide. So on your LinkedIn page, you can select the hashtags depending on your services. This will help Instagram to suggest you because when someone talks about your products or services related to the hashtag.
15-20 minutes.
I'm just getting done with it. This is one tool that you should all use. All those who are trying to build content yourself, it's called Canva. It can just help you build fantastic creative content for any of the social media channels. Use this tool and you will be a social media expert. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I'll share this slide with everybody.